some of the Highwayman songs
Oh
together.
my
That was
gosh.
incredible.
So cool.
Snoop Dogg and George Strait did duets with Willie that were absolutely hilarious. And some of these stars actually wrote songs just for this birthday. Like Jack Johnson wrote one about having fun with Willie in Hawaii, and then Willie stole all his money in a poker game. But stars like Helen Mirren and Chelsea Handler, Owen Wilson and Woody Harrelson were introducing each act. It was a well-oiled machine, super very organized. Of course, it was at the Hollywood Bowl, which is iconic and beautiful, not a bad seat in the place, and overlooking the Hollywood Bowl, the Hollywood sign, and the sun went down, and the food there is really good. I would highly recommend if there's an act you really want to see there to go there. But then at the very end of the night, just before they did the finale, out comes walking Keith Richards, who's not on the list. You want to hear something crazy though? My friend Melanie and I were in an Uber on our way there to the bowl, and our Uber driver starts telling us, "Oh yeah, I hang in some of the same circles as some of these stars are." He goes, Keith Richards is going to be there tonight. And we're like, what? And sure enough, our Uber driver knew that Keith Richards was going to come out there.
Ooh, you have to keep that Uber driver's name in your contact list.
I know, right? That could be handy.
Right.
So it was pretty cool. And then Willie's voice. Okay, so not everybody's voice was still... Stephen Stills and Neil Young came out and sang together for the first time in something like Doug Jane would know how many years, but probably at least 30 years it's been since those two sang together. And they're getting older and they're not touring as much as Willie does. Willie's voice is perfect. His fingers are flying. He's such a great guitarist. People don't know it, but 90 years old, born right in the middle of the Great Depression, and him and Keith Richards are going to outlive us all.
Hey, Erlinda, who's at the show? Is it a bunch of old people, or what's the audience, the crowd like?
Well, I'm not old, but
I know.
But we saw everything from kids. This is a 2-day concert, so you had to have your stamina. But we saw everything from kids, not a lot of kids, but I would say, also Bob Weir from Grateful Dead was playing. So you saw some everything from hippies to people dressed as cowboys and cowgirls. A lot of very fancy cowboy boots and stuff. But I would say anywhere from 30s to 100.
Wow.
I mean, there were some veterans. We thought, they actually, Hollywood Bowl has it really set up for ADA, so you could actually, the way that they have these ramps and elevators, escalators and stuff to go up the way that the hill is, like an amphitheater, because they have the Philharmonic there. So they get a lot of people that are older or on,
need a little assistance. Sure. Yeah. So, in terms of the 2-day concert, was there any one act or any one performance that stood out for you?
Well, we were really blown away, and my friend's not a country fan, but when George Strait and Willie were doing their harmonies together and singing together, duet, that was insane. Norah Jones singing with Willie was also... the best one was Snoop Dogg and Willie came out and sang a song called Roll Me Up and Smoke Me When I Die.
Yep, that was a good one.
I was laughing my head off the whole time. And sometimes they would repeat songs over the 2 days. Another star would sing Poncho and Lefty.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jamie Johnson, Georgia Simpson, Nathaniel Ratliff, I always say his name wrong. That one, he did a Good Morning America, how are you? The entire bowl was singing, so that was giving me chills. The son singing with Willie. Lucas Nelson sounds just like his dad.
He does. It's amazing.
Oh my God, and he's adorable.
Yeah. It's so great to see not just his contemporaries. Willie Nelson is now 90, but Yeah, but also a lot of the newer artists like Orville Peck and other people coming up, Sturgill Simpson, that sort of thing. So very, very fun that there was all kinds of artists to celebrate Willie Nelson's birthday. Well, thank you for being awake enough to talk after 2 days of so much fun, and we'll catch you on the drive.
Thank you so much, but I would highly recommend come down to Hollywood Bowl if you're going to see a killer show.
Heck yeah. That is Herlinda Harris. She is the host of the Brouhaha show on The Drive, and her review of 2 days celebrating Willie Nelson's 90th birthday. It is 8:56 now at KSRO. Let's look at traffic again. Here is Paul Maxwell.
Thanks, Michelle. No incidents for Monday morning, but a handful of slowdowns continuing. South 101 heavy into Santa Rosa from just before to just after River Road. Also a little heavy at the 101 Highway 12 interchange. Eastbound 12 slows from 101 continuing in Sorrento to Mission. Westbound heavy from Mission to just past 4th. Minor backup in Sebastopol for Highway 12 and the Gravenstein Highway. South 101 slows in Marin from 37 to just past North San Pedro, and still some minor heaviness both directions of Highway 12 between Boys Hot Springs and just south of Sonoma Plaza. That's traffic. I'm Paul Maxwell. Your next update this afternoon at 3:05 on the...
Watch out. Crash reported ahead.
Drive. Now with Sonoma County's most accurate, most dependable forecast, here's Daniel Trucios.
Thanks, Paul. It's pretty cool for this week, topping out in the 60s each day. Today, mostly sunny. A bit windy, though. Gusty winds at 20 mile an hour inland. Double that on the shores. Mostly cloudy. Chance of showers tonight, low 46. Could see some light rain showers in for the next couple of days, but then should be dry for Thursday and Friday.
53 in Rohnert Park and 53 in Santa Rosa.
Hey Sonoma County, have fad diets failed you? Are you still struggling with chronic obesity? Then minimally invasive weight loss surgery might be for you. Attend one of Sutter Santa Rosa's free weight loss seminars from the comfort of your home. Learn about robotic surgery and the tools needed for sustained weight loss. Get your questions answered live and begin your path to a healthier life. Register to attend at ksro.com. Just click on the Sutter banner. That's ksro.com and click on the Sutter banner.
Hey Sonoma County employers, it's the biggest job fair in the North Bay and your business can benefit. Here's the how and the why. Our last job fair brought nearly 500 job seekers. Once you register, you can see the resumes of attendees. You can let Sonoma County know why you're a great place to work with your very own ad-on radio promotion, your very own radio ad. Register now for the May 17th North Bay Job Fair at northbayjobfair.com. It's at Luther Burbank Center for the Arts, so we will see you there.
KSRO.
The president's son Hunter Biden's in Arkansas for a court hearing about child support.
London Roberts says she shares a 4-year-old daughter with Hunter. A DNA test showed that with near scientific certainty, the child is Hunter Biden's. Biden and Roberts originally agreed on child care payments. What sets this story above just a child support dispute is that we may find out more about Hunter's finances.
Fox's David Spunt. Chicago's outgoing mayor is asking the governor of Texas to stop sending migrants there, calling it dangerous and inhumane.
Mayor Lori Lightfoot sends a letter to Texas Governor Greg Abbott, again asking him to stop sending busloads of migrants to Chicago over what she claims are political motivations. That Chicago's been responsible for taking care of thousands of migrants with very few resources to do so.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. So far, it is a mixed day on Wall Street. America's listening to Fox News.
I'm Stephen Curry.
I'm Steve Kerr. I'm Klay Thompson.
I'm Draymond Green.
I'm Kevon Looney.
This is where the Warriors play.
KSRO Santa Rosa.
From ABC News, I'm Daria Albinger. First Republic Bank has a new owner after federal regulators seized the failing financial institution overnight. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis on Wall Street.
The third bank to fail in the U.S. since March. Financial regulators seizing control of First Republic Bank and striking a deal to sell it off. JP Morgan Chase acquiring all deposits and substantially all assets held by California-based First Republic, including 84 First Republic branches that will reopen as JP Morgan branches. JP Morgan CEO saying in a statement, "Our government invited us and others to step up, and we did."
First Republic is the nation's second largest bank to fail behind Washington Mutual, which collapsed at the height of the 2008 financial crisis. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy announcing the creation of a new friendship group with Congress as he addressed Israel's Knesset today.
Our special relationship stands for freedom. It stands for safety.
It stands for hope. Together, let us work to move forward towards a brighter future.
He says the group will usher in a new chapter of U.S.-Israeli cooperation and collaboration. At least 34 people were injured in a missile strike on Ukraine's Pavlograd district, including 5 children. Columnist E. Jean Carroll is being cross-examined again today in a rape and defamation trial against former President Trump.
Before court started this morning, the defense sent a letter to the judge requesting a mistrial, taking aim at some rulings by the judge that defense attorney Joe Tacopina said amounted to unfair treatment of former President Trump.
ABC's Aaron Katersky outside the courthouse in Manhattan. There are workers' rights rallies around the world on this May 1st. Those protesters in France that you're listening to are angry over President Macron's decision to raise the national retirement age to 64. You're listening to ABC News.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
A state of emergency in Virginia Beach after a tornado damaged as many as 100 homes last night. This man and his family got an all-too-close look at it.
300 feet wide, 500 feet wide in the middle of the bay, and right down to the water, and it was stirring it up and spinning.
Officials say so far, though, there have been no reports of injuries. Preparations are underway for Saturday's coronation of Britain's King Charles, but a lot of people are worried about the cost the elaborate ceremony is going to be for the public.
The cost of the coronation is also raising some eyebrows. It's reportedly going to cost an estimated $125 million to taxpayers. Poor optics in a cost of living crisis. Among the 2,000 guests inside Westminster Abbey this Saturday, First Lady Jill Biden, other European royals, foreign dignitaries and public servants will be recognised for their work. Prince Harry will also be there, but he'll leave shortly after to get back to his family in California.
ABC's James Longman at Buckingham Palace. The head of Mexico's immigration agency has been ordered to stand trial for the deaths of 40 migrants in a March fire at a border detention center. Federal prosecutors say Francisco Garduño,
police reported ahead,
knew that the Juarez detention center lacked basic safety measures but didn't do anything to change it. His lawyers say they'll try to reach a settlement with the fire victims in order to avoid a trial. This is ABC News.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. You may no longer be a husband, but you'll always be a dad. In the divorce process, this comes down to 3 key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's California area attorneys. 2121 North California Boulevard, Suite 290, Walnut Creek, California, 94596.
Daria Albinger, ABC News.
There's no such thing as fake news on KSRO. Why? Because our Marconi Award-winning news team is relentless on making sure what you hear is accurate, actual news. Of course, we're on social media too, but when it comes to your news, depend on radio. Depend on Sonoma County's FM News Talk. KSRO. Always on.
KSRO at 103.5 in Santa Rosa and 96.9 in Petaluma.
I'm KSRO's Dale Trujillo with Sonoma County's most accurate, most dependable forecast. It's mostly sunny today at a high of 63, 54 along the coast. Wind gusts up to 20 miles an hour inland, double along the shores. Mostly cloudy with a chance of showers tonight, low 46 degrees. Still maybe some showers for tomorrow, temps in the low 60s. Wednesday, slim chance of rain in the high 60s. Then Thursday, a few clouds but dry. Depend on weather every 30 minutes. On FM News Talk 103.5 and 96.9 KSRO.
Dogtown, Manhattan, giving you opinions and facts with a positive outlook. It's Brian Kilmeade.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the latest moments of the Brian Kilmeade Show. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. And as Cantor Freedom will be with us shortly. And as was featured in a great special on Fox News last night, The Price and Splendor of Freedom. He talks about coming here, what it was like growing up, the fact is he's alienated from his family, and the other thing would be they're trying to kill him. If he leaves the country, he'll be killed. And then he loses his NBA career because he put on his sneakers, Free Tibet, put on his sneakers things like Free the Uyghurs, they're being tortured and genocide. They banned the Celtics from being seen in China, and then they banned him from the Celtics. And now life moves on, but he is moving on too. He's going to tell his story with us, and we'll take your calls. He appreciates being in America, which is rare these days. Let's get to the big three.
Now, with the stories you need to know, it's Brian's Big Three.
Number 3. I think we should pay the bills and then negotiate. And we should negotiate on deficit reduction. The last person to leave a surplus was Bill Clinton. Let's repeal the Trump tax cuts. Let's repeal some of the Bush tax cuts for the very wealthy.
Yeah, the Bush tax cuts. All right, so a couple of things. Corporate tax rates make us more competitive internationally. Last time, 1% came off the top with Trump. The rest of the stuff cuts were from middle and below. Ro Kahana, another bank collapse, debt ceiling deadlock, and radio silence from the White House. No deal, making no reassurance for any of the markets. Speaker Kevin McCarthy did what Dems said was not possible. They got the whole caucus and the House to agree to pass something that would be in exchange for raising the debt ceiling. Now your move, Mr. President, you have to do something.
Number 2.
I'm declaring a state of emergency in our community. And the reason that we're declaring a state of emergency is to make sure that we can stand up and be prepared for May 11th, May 12th, to have public shelter and public housing.
That is Mayor of El Paso, Oscar Lesser. Catastrophe brewing at the border, and real concern the whole border may buckle and break as Title 42 about to evaporate and expire. 20,000 plus await right in the El Paso area to surge. The literal border might not even exist if this doesn't happen, and the ugly story and a manhunt that's on for the illegal immigrant 5 times deported who went and killed his family. They were complaining about him shooting in his backyard.
Number 1. I think Joe Biden is agile, is capable. His record of leadership both at home and abroad makes him eminently qualified. And we should be focusing some on the wisdom and experience he brings to the job.
Yeah, that is Senator Chris Coons. What person is he talking about? Believe it or not, he's talking about the president. Dems try and put Joe's age and re-election concerns to rest as Trump rides a commanding lead on the right. DeSantis returns home to a big war chest and a plethora of personal attacks. Plus, it was all a subject of Joe's jokes at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, which some of the stuff seemed pretty funny. But you just wonder if he's going to continue to joke about the fact that he doesn't really do his job or do interviews. That's the only thing that's underneath it is serious stuff. You know, I understand he was serious when it comes to reporters that have been kept against their will. I get it, but I don't feel assuaged at all. Neither does the American public that age doesn't matter when it comes to this president. A poll, an ABC poll, 70% of Americans don't want him to run. That includes 51% of Democrats, and age is the reason of 48%. The other is just bad policies. Still, head-to-head with Trump, on the average, he beats Trump by 1.4%. On the economy, 35% approval. That's really what I hope we focus on. The economy, turning things around, making us more competitive, getting our fiscal house in order. That would be the key. But for Bernie Sanders, he thinks Joe's going to win in a landslide. Cut 3.
I think the choice is pretty clear. That choice is Biden. And second of all, what I do is the Democrats, the president, have got to be stronger on working class issues. They've got to make it clear that we believe in a government that represents all, not just the few. Take on the greed of the insurance companies and drug companies, Wall Street, all the big money interests, and start delivering for working class people. You do that, I think Biden's going to win in a landslide.
Well, he's not doing that. He's not doing anything like that. He's not doing anything, really. For the most part, he's got staff making all decisions, which kind of bothers me because you elect somebody, you think they're going to actually do the job. No one could say that Donald Trump didn't do the job. No one could say really that Barack Obama